Hello, this is Hamza and welcome to MyAuditLab. Your soft skills are going to be key to successful auditing from planning to reporting, so I'm going to focus on a few in the next few videos. Being an auditor is about uncovering hidden truths within the organization, and the very essential key to enable that is to ask the right questions at the right time in the right way. Let me take you through a real-life example where asking effective questions essentially changed the course of the audit. My team was auditing a manufacturing company, struggling with inventory management. Production was delayed, and management was convinced that the issue stemmed with their suppliers. So they wanted the audit to focus on third-party relationships. But we knew we needed to dig deeper. We started with open-ended questions like, how do you manage your communication with your suppliers? And what happens when inventory levels fall too low? The answers revealed something unexpected. There were communication gaps within the company itself. Sales, production, and warehousing were siloed and misaligned, resulting in delays. By asking more neutral questions like, how often do these delays take place and how are they often resolved, we discovered that the problem was most probably internal communication and not external suppliers. The audit's focus shifted entirely, and we were able to address the real issues, correcting internal processes in our own backyard rather than wrongly blaming suppliers. Asking questions in audit is a bit like being a detective. But unlike what you see in the movies, we're not here to interrogate people. We're guiding conversations to discover insights. A well-guided question will reveal more than a spreadsheet ever will. Effective questioning is an art. Done right, you create a space where the auditee feels safe and understood. Done wrong, you make them defensive, make them close down, and make the audit harder on yourself than it needs to be. So let's quickly talk about common questioning mistakes and how to fix them. Phrasing questions in a way that suggests an expected answer, like, don't you think this process is flawed? Or why aren't you complying? Makes the auditee feel pressure to agree rather than give you an honest reply. Instead, aim for neutral phrasing. How do you ensure compliance with this procedure? Neutrality encourages honesty and reduces defensiveness. Don't ask multiple questions all at once, like how do you track compliance? And what issues have you found? And how are they managed? It'll overwhelm the auditee and you won't get clear answers. Instead, break it down. Take one question at a time and be patient. Don't jump in before the auditee finishes their response. It makes them feel disregarded and disrespected. Silence is golden in interviews. Sometimes the most insightful answers come after a pause. Don't jump in to fill silences. Let the auditee think and respond freely. Questions reflecting preconceived notions or assumptions, like, so this issue must be as a result of poor training, or the inability to have sufficient oversight, makes the auditee feel misunderstood, and you may miss the real problem. Instead, keep it factual and curious. Like, what do you think contributed to this issue? Or have you thought about it this way? If something isn't clear, don't assume. Ask for clarifications. And never ignore answers that deserve deeper probing. Like if an auditee says, we've had a few problems with the system, you could ask, could you give me an example of those errors? Or how have these issues affected your workflow? Probing, done carefully and considerately, gives you a lot of information without being confrontational. Ask your why questions sparingly and tactfully. Instead of saying, why did this happen, which can sound accusatory, reframe it as in, what factors do you think contributed to this occurrence? This removes blame from the equation and opens up the conversation to a more fruitful and honest discussion. Active listening is always my favorite. Focus on understanding, not just hearing. Maintain eye contact without being creepy, of course. Nod to show you're engaged, and repeat key points back to the auditee. Like, so if I understand you correctly, the delays occurred after the stock alert fails. And my favorite part, the life skills of internal auditing. In everyday challenges, whether at work or at home, asking the right questions helps you see the root cause of the problems, not just the symptoms. Whether you're negotiating a salary or deciding on a big purchase, asking the right questions helps you gather the facts that you need to be able to make an informed decision. In personal relationships, asking thoughtful questions helps you deepen connections. It shows that you care enough to work hard on understanding the other person's values, feelings, and perspectives before taking a position. For example, when disciplining a child, asking sufficient questions will reveal whether the child needs training, or were the circumstances to blame, or maybe it's my own parenting that needs work. That's it for today. Remember, asking the right questions helps you uncover hidden truths, build trust, and guide your audit towards success. Thanks for watching My Audit Lab. Stay sharp and keep on auditing.